Hello, guys. Another thing that we keep hearing all over the internet is how these Igbo people, how they love themselves, how they are united, how all this. I don't. If you ask me, yes, there are most. I would say 50% of us love each other, but I'm telling you, if you are looking for the people that actually hate themselves, you go to Igbo land. There is not, I don't think there is anything like love in Igbo land. We don't love each other. That is the truth. And that is why we are where we are. So we keep everything that happens in Nigeria. What's his name? Nnamdi Kanu has taught us how to cry. So all we do is cry. Imagine the might of the Igbo crying to this tiny Fulani people. Is that not insulting? Are you not shameful that you cry? Oh, the Fulanis are there, the Fulani. I mean, what? Who are the Fulanis? They do cry. That's one thing that they kind of taught us. Anyway, let us go back to prove to you that Igbos don't love themselves. And I'll start during the war. Do you know during the war? Most of you will not know this. And I have spoken to some veterans, Biafran veterans. None of the people I speak, I am from Wawa State, none of the people I spoke to acknowledged that there was one single person from Wawa State in Ojuku's cabinet. Ojuku made sure there was none. In short, after the war, the narrative was there that the Wawa people, which is the current Enugu states, were saboteurs. They betrayed the rest of the Igbos. And that is a lie. That is pure discrimination. It took him time to realize. Yeah? If you want to continue after the war, to tell you how stupid this war is. Do you know how long it took the Igbos to go back to the north, where they ran from because they were being killed? Do you know? The only thing that stopped them was transport. The first transport they got, they headed to the north. The first train that left Enugu, heading to the north, was filled to the brim. Even the top of the train was filled up. When they got to the north, nothing happened. Nobody killed them. You see how stupid this war was? Absolutely stupid. So, when you talk about, they went there, and they are all still there up till today. Well, let us go back to the discrimination in Igbo land. Let me give you an example. To tell you, these people, you keep telling me that they love themselves. You remember the creation. It used to be East Central State. I think we were more united when it was East Central State, until they divided East Central State into two. And there was Imo State and Anambra State at that. And the capital of Anambra State was Enugu, and Owerri was the capital of Imo State. Guess what happened? Enugu was developed. Honestly, the educated people in Nigeria, in Igbo land those days, were from Imo and Anambra, especially Imo. The main square in Enugu is called Okpara Avenue. Sorry, not Avenue, is called Okpara Square. We all know who Michael Okpara is. After the creation of the states, guess what happened? They drove everybody, every worker in the ministry of Enugu State Ministry, anybody above level, I can't remember whether it was level 8 or level 4. I think it was level 8. They sacked all of them. So when you come, the only Imo State people you used to see there were security officers and gate men. Yeah. Fast forward another few years, they divided the states again. They carved out Imo State into two and Anambra State into two. Now you have Enugu State and Anambra State. The same thing happened. The Abia people working in Imo State were chased out. The Anambra people working in them was chased out. Does this signify unity to you? You think that's not enough? Do you know you are the Igbos working in Nigeria, in the Ministry of Lagos, for instance, in Lagos or Kano? None of them were chased. None. Not a single of them. In short, even as at today, 2026, in 2026, you as an Igbo man from, say, I don't know, say from Owerri, you are more likely to get a job in Lagos ministry, or Kano than you are to get in other Igbo states. Heaven and earth will fall and you will not get a job. You will not get. It's even so bad, even within the states. Do you know that, for instance, so this division, I'll give you an example. There are my classmates, for instance, all of them were born in Enugu. You understand? We all grew up in, all of a sudden now they are foreigners. I mean, what does that say about unity? How can somebody who is from Owerri, how can he be a stranger in Enugu? And the worst bit is that he was born in Enugu. His parents from Owerri, he was born in Enugu. And he's a stranger there. And vice versa. This is how divided these Igbo people are. And I'm telling you the truth. Heaven, Jesus himself can come down. You will not get a job in the other ministries, other state ministries. Even in politics, do you think you can go from here and say Oka, for instance, and you move to Ebonyi or Umuahia and go fighting for election there? It is impossible. Heaven will fall. It will not happen. But you can fight for election in Lagos. Yeah. You can't. I mean, it's so bad. There was a guy in my town. We all grew up. We all went to primary school together. We did everything. And then I came down from London, and then my mother died, so I came down, and they came, and I saw him because he came to pay some visit. So I said, "Oh, how is my brother?" So I said, "Okay, we'll chat up when we got to the village." Do you know they are no longer in my village? You know what drove them from my village? His senior brother went into politics, and the people of my village, the political people of my, reminded him that his great-grandfather migrated from the neighboring town. He should go back there and fight for political appointment. Until you people, you Igbos, start recognizing that an Igbo man, no matter where he comes from, he is in Biafra land, he is an Igbo land, he is Igbo. He is an Igbo man. He doesn't have to feel like a stranger. And as I speak to you, they still feel like a stranger. That is an anomaly. Again, let me give you another example of how divided these people are. You know, after the war, well, some of you, I'm sure, if you are an adult now, and you must have heard of what they call abandoned property. Do you know that after the war, that the Igbos, I mean, in those days, it's hard to find any state or any capital states or where the Igbos don't own a third or sometimes half of the properties in those states, including Enugu, Port Harcourt, even in Kano and Meduguri, Kaduna, everywhere. They you own properties. After the war, Igbo properties were returned in Nigeria. Yes? Igbo properties in Biafra was declared abandoned. So all those states that are not Igbo states, like Delta, Bendel, all this, Port Harcourt, they all declared the Igbo man's property abandoned up till today. You would have thought that the Igbos will fight collectively for that. Oh no. The ones that got their properties back in Lagos, once they are okay, fuck you. They don't give a shit. The ones that don't have property before the war to be abandoned, they don't give a shit. So, if you have properties in Port Harcourt, Benin, Sapele, and all this, they were all declared abandoned, and the Igbos didn't give a shit about it. They don't give a shit up till today. Even when the junta Ojukwu came back, he did not say anything about it. I remember when he was fighting for his father's property in Lagos, he got it back, but he never said one word about the abandoned property in Biafra land. Again, let me round things up. Until the Igbo man stopped feeling that he's a stranger in other Igbo states and land, my friend, you are far from being united. Thank you.